Think not the Lord came to peace on this earth. He came to give us a sword. Shalom in the name of the Lord, everybody. Welcome to Time of Knightwatchman. Time of Knightwatchman time. Commentary, information, Bible, prophecy, stuff. And again, I'm trying to keep everybody apprised of what's going on and try not to lose control, okay? By no means am I an alarm. I don't want to be even identified as an alarmist. I'm not here to alarm you. I'm trying to keep you informed so you can make rational, reasonable decisions and not get caught up in the fanfare of the BS in which the mainstream media and the worldly people are going after. Keep your peace, focus on the Lord, and remember, the Lord did not give us peace on this earth. He can't give us a sword, and he did not give us a spirit of fear, but a power, love, and sound mind. So have sound mind in these times. And we're going to address that further in. So this is a warning. Again, we're going to continue with this. This program is not made for lukewarm, for its content will address some graphic details and issues. And I'm going to try to keep away from the imagery as well, too, because it could get pretty ugly, and not many people have a stomach for that kind of thing, which I totally understand. But for guys like me, been there, done that, you're trying to get past it. So I can't say it doesn't affect us, though. It doesn't be like we're not human or something. But anyway, so let's continue. We're addressing the current issues. What's going on in our country right now? Today is, I believe, the 19th of March, and things are heading, what appears to get worse and worse, but is it, though? So let's continue in Time in the Night Watchman. All right, so last time I was on, I addressed Cinemix. So I got some more updated information to correct myself, and I like to be, make sure I'm updated and corrected. We're talking about the cannibalism and our food content having remnants of aborted children in it. So here's something from this call from U.S. Aborted Fetal Products, updated December 2018. Cinemix information. Used aborted fetal cell line HEK293 to test artificial flavors currently used by Firmenich, which is a Freeze Storm Products, Ajinomoto Species and Seasonings, Ajinomoto Umami Seasoning, Handashi Flavor Seasoning, Techno A Savory Seasoning, Nestle's products, all refrigerated coffee creamers, Maggi brand instant soups, bouillon cubes, ketchups, sauces, seasoning, instant noodles. It says, please note here there is no aborted fetal materials, really, in any food products. So this is a December 2018. The following companies canceled or amended their contracts with Cinemix with no products ever brought to market. Kraft, or Cadbury Adams LLC, 2011 Kraft canceled their contract. Soleil canceled their contract, again 2011. Campbell's Soup, 2011 Campbell canceled contract. Pepsi Beverages, boycott ended 2012. For Cinemix did not use any aborted fetal cells in PepsiCo research and development. So I like to keep up to date here. Products that do contain aborted fetal cells, components, proteins, DNA, Neocutis anti-aging skin creams, contain cells from a 14-week gestation aborted male baby. Following is the list of creams, Biogel. And again, this is all as of 2018. Products that do contain aborted fetal material continue. Decoverte Cosmetics contains tropolestine from embryonic stem cells. Vaccines, any manufacturers focus on, especially the vaccines. There's one here. It's called Adenovirus 57, which is Barr Laboratories. MMR2, rubella portion of measles. Mumps, rubella combo, Merrick, Pro-Quad, other medicines, RHFV3, and there's quite a list here. You can look it up yourself online. But this over here is a natural news update here. This is current. This is right up to date. So this is how it opens up. You can look at this on naturalnews.com. I think he calls himself the Health Ranger. It says, so why is aborted fetal tissue routinely used in vaccines? In the years following, more ugly revelations have come about how aborted human fetal tissue is routinely used in the manufacture of government-sanctioned childhood vaccines, including the infamously controversial MMR vaccine for measles, mumps, and rubella. News about this similarly disturbing practice has continued to spread far and wide, prompting many groups to come out either in support or opposition to childhood vaccination. 2015, going back a few years, the Christian organization Focus on the Family came out in support of childhood vaccination, even though it claims to be an anti-abortion group in support of human life. Apparently, murdering unborn human babies is just fine with focus on the family, so long as it's quietly done for the purpose of churning out more chemical-laced vaccinations to be administered to children. So that's pretty much the update pertaining to aborted fetal tissue placed in your foods, which if you just use a little common sense, it's basically the whole point. It's just making you into a cannibal. So they're basically forcing cannibalism on us, even in vaccinations. So I have no idea why anybody would want to take a vaccination, but it makes you healthy and prevent viruses and blah 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 blah. But if you believe in that storyline, then I got some property in Florida. I'd be more than happy to sell you. All right, so let's move on. That's the update. All right, so Drain the Swamp. Where we go one, we go all. This is a good starting point, and perhaps even a good ending point, because we're going to address why things are the way they are, and how is it they're happening. I see the veils coming down from the top. That's all right. We can still manage through that. All right, so now look at these maps. All right, now the map on the left are seal indictments. These are seal indictments going to the major part of these states. All right. It's color-coded, of course. The darker the color code, more seal indictments are off of those states. Then, move to your right. This is the outbreak from the CDC's map of the coronavirus. Do we see any similarities there? Yeah. My guess is in Nevada, which has pretty much been closed down, especially Las Vegas, it's going to get hit with a coronavirus thing because there are many indictments in Nevada. But I guess the main places right now is the New England area, which is the darkest. California, of course, by far. And then here in Texas. Why? I'm shocked by Texas. I mean, hey, I live here. Oh, that's right, Bush family. We'll address that as well, too. So again, seal indictments on the left, coronavirus on the right. Do you see any similarities? Come on, folks. Critical thinking. Use logic. Common sense, if you will. Yes? No? Maybe? It's a fiery cue I got going on. You should know this by now. Okay, so there you have it. This is the map as up-to-date as I could get it from the CDC. But this is the map. This is going back, 2019. July 2019. So this is the closest I get of current events or current mapping of, again, seal indictments on the left, coronavirus on the right. Am I getting my point across yet? I mean, seriously. All right, let's go on to the next part. All right, so people are being arrested, okay? So prepare yourself. This is no shock and awe here. So understand, there's over 100,000 seal indictments being unsealed. Now, this doesn't mean just one person per indictment. There could be many persons in one indictment. It could be a group of people. So expect very well-known and popular people are being in the process now or currently or slowly will be arrested, okay? And these pictures of these peoples on my video there, you get a kind of sense of the high caliber of public social work these people do, who generally speaking are pretty satanic. I know you can't find the smaller images down there, but there are many. But the gist of the matter is, do not be shocked and surprised that these people are going to be arrested for, if not treason and sedition, but also, I mentioned the other day, crimes against humanity. Do not be surprised. Now, am I saying these people specifically will be arrested? Well, let's just wait and see. Because everybody knows Oprah Winfrey, everybody knows Tom Hanks, and so on, so on, so forth. So there you have it. These people, as popular as they are, there's a very good possibility they will be arrested. So we'll see. No one's guilty until... Right. We know that part, right? Yeah, you got to be tried and stuff like that. So they to be arrested for crimes against humanity, among other things. Then, of course, presidents. Presidents will be arrested. There are presidents still living to this day that also will be arrested. Much of which is part of the Freemasonry and the New World Order group, commonly referred to today as the Deep State. So let's see, who do we show up there? My favorite, old George W. We have Obama. We have Billy Boy and Mr. Corncob over there on the right. And the one they finally disposed of, Senior Bush, which is God, praise the Lord and pass the ammo on that. So yes, don't be surprised if certain presidents up and coming may be arrested for, again, this would not just be crimes against humanity, but also treason and sedition. Who can it be? Eeny, meeny. Okay, anyway. So, moving on to the next area. Congressmen. Yes, you will find congressmen of many shapes and sizes will also be arrested for treason and sedition, and as well as crime against humanity. It's kind of eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Pick a sicko by the toe. So, I'm not accusing these people, but I'm just showing these are the pictures and images. You might see here real soon about people being arrested. So hypothetically, let's say, again, they're crimes against humanity, treason, sedition, so on and so forth. So don't be shocked or surprised or in awe that, oh yeah, that one guy there, he's dead. I think they suicided him. Don't say that. Anyway, so moving right along, don't be surprised to see these people in power and authority being arrested for treason, sedition, and crimes against humanity. See, as you get closer to the government, you get more of that military tribunal thing. Speaking of which, religious types. Well, many religious types, guess what? They too will be caught up in the whole areas of crimes against humanity. So again, don't be surprised if any one of these images you see on my screen there to be arrested sometime soon. It's possible, it's probable, it's almost to be expected. So again, the swamp runs really deep and pretty thick, and people are just going to be blown away by the reality of how bad these people really are. But we love them. They're charismatic, and someone gave a great word. They inspired me to seek great things in God and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, well, the devil's really good at hiding himself. I mean, he's been a liar from the beginning. It's no surprise that he put off a good con. Anyway, let's move on. So military tribunals, yes, it'll be a public affair. Will there be public military tribunals? It's a very possibility. Or they will be suicided. They'll have the choice of dying of a quote-unquote natural cause. Oh, he died of an aneurysm or heart attack. Or, conveniently enough, he died from problems with coronavirus. So don't be surprised if these things start occurring more and more around you. If you haven't connected the dots yet, I'm just here trying to fill those out for you. So yeah, you get the gist of it. Because the crimes here, I mean, this almost surpasses what happened during the Holocaust. I mean, if it's possible to beat out Adolf Hitler and his cronies, they did, and some are still doing so. So the bottom line is, don't be surprised if there's a military tribunal, which will be made public for whomever, or people just suddenly, they had a bad day at work and suicided themselves, or died suddenly from coronavirus, blah, 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 blah. You get the gist. I know you're probably sitting there, I can't believe this. And go back to your blue pill. But anyway, so this is the gist of what's going on, if you will. So be prepared. This stuff is what's going on now and will be going on in very short term. All right, next. We have the next event. All right, this is more prophetic, or as I watch God, because God is very faithful. First, I want to tell you some of those people, and I got some family and friends out in Las Vegas especially, they're feeling the punch and the pressure. Now, the Lord has said, and I've said this before in my videos, just go back a few years, and you'll see that the Lord has said to me, and from his mouth into your ear, that like Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, you shall go through the fire. All right? This is what the Lord has said to me. Now I'm saying to you, from out of his mouth into your ears, that you will go through the fire, just like Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego. So if you're not there now, more than likely will be. So prepare, get ready, and know, well, what happened when Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego went into the fire. The Lord was there. So gird yourself up, get yourself right, stop dwelling on these awful, evil things going on around us. Stop getting all paranoid of this quote-unquote coronavirus, which we're going to address really soon, and just get right with God. And again, this is what God has in store for all of us. No beam me up, Scotty. This is what God has in store for all of us, okay? Because what happens in the fire? We go through a form of refinement. And that's what the whole vow. All right, April 1st. which is kind of interesting coincidence. On a biblical perspective, we addressed this like 2 videos ago. Jesus, on the 1st of April this year, according to the biblical calendar, this is when Jesus enters Jerusalem, which is 7 days prior to what's known as Erev Pesach. Okay? Erev Pesach, or the eve of Passover. So Jesus enters Jerusalem 7 days prior to Erev Pesach, which coincidentally, and I find this ironic, if you will, it's April 1st, which we know as April Fool's, which is the question you have to ask yourself is, I'm making a fool of me or a fool of somebody else? Okay? So I just find a lot of interesting coincidence, irony here, if you will, pertaining to the day in which Jesus enters Jerusalem. And no, this year it's not on Sunday. It's on Sunday, every 7 years, I think. So, no, it's like one every 7 years is on a Sunday. This year it happens to be April 1st, which I do believe is a Wednesday, which is 7 days prior to Erev Pesach. We addressed this in the previous videos of what's significant about that day. In brief, it's basically when all the children of Israel brought their lambs to be inspected by the priest at the temple to make sure they were out blemished, because the following week they will be sacrificed. Okay? We are good? And that's on the day of Erev Pesach. So 7 days prior to Erev Pesach, which is, again, preparing for something. So this is I expect, I'm not being prophetic here, I'm just being observant, because God is faithful to his word. Expect some kind of event, a positive one, I like to think, because, look at the situation, circumstance to Jesus entering Jerusalem. The King of Kings, Lord of Lords enters into Jerusalem. On the very day, they're all praising God for the preparation of the Lamb. So see the coincidence and see how God coincides. God is great theater. Great drama, great theater, great adventure. God is awesome. So you see my point here. So again, this is what I'm expecting the next event's going to be. Will be April 1st, also known as April Fool's to those some of us, or 7 days prior to Erev Pesach. So just keep your eyes open, especially you watchmen out there. If you're not familiar with these things, get familiar, because thus saith the Lord, that you conform to the ways of the Almighty God through Jesus Christ, Yeshua HaMashiach, or prepare yourself to be spewed out of his mouth into your ears. All right, so that's what I'm going to spend the next event. All right, coronavirus. We discussed this before. Coronavirus. Oh my God, I'm so scared. Okay, smoke and mirrors, folks. It's all smoke and mirrors. Yes, it's a bioweapon. Yes, it was created by man. Yes, it was made within the confines of China. Whether they willingly or unwillingly, there are those people involved who purposely put it out into the public to be released purposely to kill as many people as possible, 1, and 2, to basically help keep the president and the patriots from doing what they're doing right now. So, but the spirit behind it is not God. Again, this is not God's judgment. Anyway, it's the Sandman. Just rebuke the Sandman. I've covered this before in several videos already now. I'm just reminding you, bringing things up to date. We don't know who's now watching this video. It could be somebody new. But the bottom line is, rebuke the Sandman. The connotation to the Sandman, which is really interesting stuff, how it came to me, is that there's the song from Metallica, which is being Enter Sandman. There's also a statement mentioned in the movie, Outbreak, as a matter of fact, the Sandman, which happened to be an aircraft that was about to basically annihilate an entire town. So again, the interesting points of the Sandman. It's a principality. It's a demon. It's a spirit behind it. It's not God. So don't, I think there's a scripture says that don't mix and match God with the devil, because, you're saying this is a judgment of God. No, it's not a judgment from God. So don't be making that mistake, because again, out of your mouth into God's ear. All right, so that's pretty much a reflection, a refresh. Be aware. It's something my dad instilled in me when I was young. It was called perspicacity, which basically be aware of all things going on around you at all times. And this is a good thing to do. We are all, and I emphasize the word all, called to be watchmen. Got it? Versteh? Understand? Comprende? Good. Well, this is Time of Knightwatchman, Time of Knightwatch Time. Commentary, information, Bible, prophecy, stuff. See ya. Don't want to be ya. And remember, there's only one way, one truth, and one life. In Jesus Yeshua's name, amen.